Welcome to part 3 of our day 2 vlog here in Bangkok, Thailand. If you've made it this far, thank you so much for watching and I hope you enjoyed the first parts of our adventure, from the safari world to exploring the different shows and animals. And if you're still interested in seeing more of what Bangkok has to offer, keep watching because we're now taking you to the heart of the city. This time, we are walking around one of the liveliest areas in Bangkok. It's the Siam area. After a full day of exploring, we ended the night strolling around shopping centers like MBK, where the energy was still so alive, and something fun and unique. As you have seen here, there are escalators right beside the road, which is not available in Baguio City. And also, in this one, we find it's super helpful for crossing bridges and going from mall to mall. The streets were packed with locals and tourists. You'll hear different languages, smell different smells, see different cultures, and feel the non-stop city buzz. To be honest, while we're going around, we are having some reflection that this kind of environment might not be for everyone. If you love city lights, crowds, and fast-paced living, you'll definitely enjoy it here. But for some, maybe, like me, Bangkok City may be a better place to visit than to actually live in, especially if you prefer peace and quiet. But still, there is no denying that Bangkok is full of charm. Did you know that it's called Krong Thep in Thai, which means City of Angels, and it's one of the most visited cities in the world because it is modern, vibrant, and filled with the culture and every turn. While walking, we also passed by this wide open intersection. We don't know the name of the place, but it instantly reminded us of the famous crossing in Japan that we've only seen in pictures. As we continued walking through the mall, we noticed something really helpful on one of the walls inside. It is this restaurant guide, showing which cuisine is on which floor. From Thai food to Japanese, Korean, Western, and more, each level had a different food vibe. It's such a smart way to help people decide where to eat, especially for tourists who don't want to go in circles looking for food. But at that moment, we didn't stop to check any of the restaurant. We were already on our way to Central World, where we planned to have dinner. It's also the same place where we got dropped off earlier that morning for our Safari World tour, so it felt like the day was coming full circle. And speaking of walking, my husband's feet were really starting to hurt from all the walking in slippers. We even started looking for a shop that sold socks, hoping to give his feet a little more comfort before dinner. So yes, at that point, our mission was clear: look for food and socks. After exploring the MBK Center, we stepped outside and passed through this wide overpass, and it actually doesn't look like an overpass. It was such a colorful and vibrant spot. The floors, the lights, the walls, everything was filled with bold colors, making the whole place feel so alive. After that, we decided to head to Siam Paragon. It's one of the most high-end malls in Bangkok. It's so spacious and elegant inside, filled with luxury brands, stylish interiors, and lots of people just strolling and shopping. We didn't stay long though. We just walked through the mall and eventually headed back outside. As we walked along the front area, we passed by a line of these luxurious cars parked outside. While we're walking, actually even from our very first day here in Bangkok, my husband kept noticing something that really stood out to him. There are so many pickup trucks around the city, but what's interesting is that they are not used for family trips or personal use like we often do back in the Philippines. Instead, here in Thailand, most of the pickup trucks are converted into delivery or business vehicles. They have extended roofs, open backs, or even cages, and are clearly used for transporting goods, supplies, or even passengers in some cases. It was a small but fun detail that really showed us how different daily life and practical uses for vehicles can be in different countries. It's the same kind of car, but totally having different purpose. And finally, after all the walking and exploring, we were almost back at Central World. It's the same place where our day started that morning, but this time, as we were facing it from across the street, we noticed something we didn't really catch earlier. Right above the mall is Siam Paragon. We didn't even realize it during the day because we were such in a rush to get to our tour meetup. But now that we had more time to look around, it was cool to see how everything connects, from malls to the hotels to different parts of the city all around it. This really gave us that full circle feeling, starting and ending our adventure right at Central World. A little bit tired and hungry, but so much thankful for the day we had. And in this point, it is exactly where we had a meetup in the morning. As soon as we entered Central World, we were greeted with such a lively, colorful vibe. One of the first things that caught our eye was this display of what looked like real fruits near the entrance. We were both amazed until we looked closer and realized that they weren't real fruits at all. They were fruit-shaped hand soaps. We didn't really notice the label at first, so it really surprised us. They look super realistic. Then we made our way to the right side of the mall, where there were rows of food stalls offering a variety of international and local dishes. We finally found a food stall we wanted to try, but just unfortunate that the cook wasn't there yet, so we couldn't order right away. And while waiting, we decided to look around again, and we came across something kept saying all over Bangkok. It is the popular green balm. It is literally everywhere here, in convenience stores, street stalls, and souvenir shops. We took a quick moment to check the prices and compare it to the ones we saw in smaller local stores earlier. Prices really can vary, so it's good to compare before buying. After checking out the green balm, something else caught our attention. It is this display of fresh durians nearby. The seller kindly offered us a free taste, and since it is actually my first time trying durian, I thought, why not? I've always heard about it from my students in China. They say it tastes really good, but it smells kind of strange, so I was curious. And true enough, the smell was definitely strong, but the taste, it is surprisingly creamy and sweet. Not bad at all for my first try. We liked it, so we decided to buy a portion. We saw the price displayed and thought, oh, that's affordable. But the plot twist is actually the price is per kilo. We didn't realize that until it was weighed at the counter. And there you go. We're going to the counter at that time. And then the total came out much higher than we expected. At that moment, we honestly felt a little tricked, but not in really a bad way, but more like a tourist mistake 101. Good thing I chose a smaller piece. It still ended up costing around 300 pesos. But hey, it was part of the experience and also a first-time memory I won't forget. After a few minutes of walking, we went back to the food stall and the cook has arrived. Let's watch him prepare our food. I'm so excited. So while we are waiting for our food to be prepared, another surprise for us as first timers here is actually you can't pay cash at the food court. Instead, you need to use a prepaid food card, which you load with money and then use it to pay at the food stalls. This kind cook actually helped guide my husband to the payment counter where he got the card loaded and ready. It was also a little bit hard for them to communicate because of the language barrier. It was a bit confusing at first, especially since we're used to just paying it directly. And we noticed that they also accept rabbit cards. It is a popular e-wallet and train card in Thailand that locals use for transportation and shopping. We didn't have one, but it's a helpful tip for travelers staying longer in Bangkok. And it's time for dinner. Yes, we have ordered tom yum again, this time from one of the stalls inside Central World. We were curious to compare it to the one we had on our first day, which we bought from a local Korean-style place near our hotel. And after tasting both, we came to one clear conclusion that nothing really beats the flavor of that first tom yum we had. There was just something about that local home-style cooking. Richer flavor, spicier kick for my husband, and more authentic feel. Sometimes the best meals don't come from fancy places, but from simple spots where the locals eat. Still, it was a fun little food adventure to compare both versions. After eating, we found ourselves at the cash card counter that I mentioned earlier, the one where you load a card to use for payments inside the food court. We decided to load another card because we spotted something that immediately caught our attention. It's this fresh Longan fruit drink. It looks so refreshing and perfect to quench our thirst. I really liked it, and it's definitely one of my favorites from this trip. And can we talk about the container? It was so aesthetic, designed like a little basket filled with Longans and juice. It is super cute. You could just carry it around, sip the juice, and munch on the Longans anytime. A total win for both taste and presentation. So yummy. Even my husband telling me that he liked this too. And just like that, we headed out, booked a ride, and made our way back to our hotel. When we arrived, we were pleasantly surprised. They had already done the housekeeping. Everything looked neat and fresh, which made it the perfect time for us to take some videos while checking our things and settling back in. It was a nice little reset after a full day. Thank you so much for watching today's vlog. We hope you enjoyed exploring with us. Time to rest now and good night. See you on our day 3 vlog where we visit the tallest hotel in Bangkok.